This message is for every single person that is voting for China to win this trade war. Don't forget that the reason that China is a superpower today is because the United States helped build its economy. And if the United States built your economy, the United States can make it fall. The only reason that the Chinese economy has a heartbeat is because the United States brought it to life. And here's how. Before the 1980s, China was not the industrial giant that we know today. It was poor, isolated, and under severe communist rule. In fact, in 1978, China's GDP was only $149 billion. Compare that to the US at the time, $2.3 trillion. That was over 15 times larger. Factories were outdated and no one wanted to trade with China. But that all started to change once Deng Xiaoping, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, stepped in. In 1978, Deng opened China's open door policy, which basically means that they were open for business now. And he tried to shift China from being a strict communist territory toward a socialist market economy. And that is where the United States comes in. Under President Jimmy Carter, relationships between the United States and China initiated. And that happened in 1979. And that year, many U.S. companies began to invest in Chinese manufacturing. And by the 1990s, the U.S. investors saw China like a gold mine due to cheap labor, few regulations, and no unions. A perfect formula for outsourcing like Nike, Apple, General Motors, you name it. They started shifting production overseas. But here's the big one. In 2000, President Bill Clinton granted China permanent normal trade relations, or PNTR. And this paved the road so that China could join the World Trade Organization, which took place in 2001. Now, why is that a big deal? Because without the United States, China would not have been accepted into the global market. And because of what Bill Clinton did, huge corporations flooded China with different types of contracts. And because of that, China began to export their goods because of those cheap export goods. And America was first dibs. And trade with China went from $5 billion in 1980 to $659 billion by 2023. And what did the U.S. benefit from all this? Short term, cheap goods, lower prices at huge facilities like Walmart and Target. And it also provided huge corporate profits. But long term, we exported our entire manufacturing facilities, which caused the United States to lose 3.4 million jobs to China between 2001 and 2018. According to the Economic Policy Institute. And meanwhile, China became the world's number 2 economy. And many expect for it to surpass the US in some years. But that's not all. Guess what else America is responsible for helping China build? Their technological sector. American investors, again, invested billions of dollars into Chinese startups like Alibaba, Tencent, and Huawei. Even today, some U.S. pension funds are invested in the Chinese economy. Even some companies that are tied to their military. So when people say China's taking over, just know that everything they stand on is because of us. And all we gotta do is pull the rug.